Blackhat Jaguar has always been a believer in beatdown and shutdown strategies to win duels. The Harpies only deck recipe is unique in that it focuses strictly on using Harpie cards for a variety of special effects that synergistically take advantage of the wind attribute each monster shares, the saturation of 4-star monsters, and the special summoning of Harpie Lady sisters. The signature card of the Harpies only deck recipe is Harpie Lady Sisters. Relatively weak for a 6-star monster, the nature of the Harpie cards in the build allows Harpie Lady Sisters to readily be placed on the field. Aside from the special summoning advantages the Harpies only deck takes advantage of, it can also abuse the placement of more than 3 or 4 Harpie Lady monster cards at once, pumping up Harpie's pet dragon to more than 3,000 attack points, locking opponents into direct damage loops, and searching for Harpie spell or traps cards at least once a turn. With its overall neat, balanced alacrity and accurate application of offensive special summoning potential linked with looping resources and several mischievous defensive stall tactics, the Harpies only deck can outmaneuver and outplay any build unequipped to handle the speedy delivery of its devious and predatory strategies. Joey Wheeler is one of the most prolific duelists in the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and though he is lacking in overall IQ points, he still came in second in his first major tournament, and proved himself time and time again against better, more prepared opponents through the series. That being said, the Monster Raider recipe Joey came up with is trash. Apart from the lack of spell or trap cards, Joey must rely on putting all of his strats through his monsters, making the build fundamentally flawed because it completely ignores 2 avenues for making plays in the game. Any recipe with moderately effective spell or trap cards will tear Monster Raider to shreds, but any mistakes or bad draws on the opponent's part could lead to a loss despite this build's obvious disadvantages. Mai Valentine is an unnervingly intelligent, resourceful, competitive, and cunning duelist. Although she has run various strategies in her career, one she is the most well-known for is her Harpie card strategies. Despite boasting relatively weak monsters in her Harpie Lady recipe, she makes up for it with dominant, self-reliant strats that can easily give her an advantage before and after initially playing her cards. Harpie's Hunting Ground, Harpie Channeler, and Elegant Egotist steal the show here, allowing Mai to frequently special summon more monsters that have a collective synergy between the winged beast and wind attributes they all share. Unfortunately, there are no domineeringly strong monsters in the build, and with only a few field spell cards, which can increase the attack and defense stats of an opponent's monsters as well, and unimpressive, ineffectual low-level monsters, Mai's Harpie Lady recipe has great speed and synergy, but it lacks power. A major change takes place in Mai's Harpie Lady 1 recipe. The addition of Harpie's pet dragon giving her more options to summon strong monsters, triple copies of Harpie Channeler and Harpie Dancer, which allow Mai to special summon more monsters, and 3 copies of Elegant Egotist instead of 2, makes this build far more focused. The most poignant additive, the eponymous Harpie Lady 1, is a direct attempt to pump up the attack points of any wind monster cards on the field, which includes every monster in the build. Paired with Cyber Shield, which can raise the attack points of a single Harpie monster, precision strikes can now be made against the opposing player in ways that were not available before. Mai Valentine's Harpie Lady Sisters recipe is doo-doo. It capitalizes once again on readily summoning Harpie monsters, including Harpie Lady Sisters, which, although it lacks attack points, can still be used to destroy weaker monsters and stifle the opponent's summoning flow. Shadow of Eyes and Dispel have both seemingly and needlessly replaced Harpie's Hunting Ground and most other intrinsic Harpie spell cards and traps, and there are no defensive cards to protect life points or prevent attacks. Overall, Mai may as well keep that banned Harpie's Feather Duster right where she put it because, without it, the Harpie Lady Sisters recipe will go right into the toilet, where it belongs. The Harpie of Orichalcos recipe is utter madness that could only have been dreamt up by Mai Valentine herself after someone put her under hypnosis and told her to build a shameless display of filth. Don't misunderstand. The Harpie of Orichalcos build is incredible, suffocating the opponent in predatory beatdown and swarming strats that would leave a lesser duelist twiddling his thumbs and wondering what to do next. Aside from optimizing her ability to special summon more Harpie monsters with Harpie Channeler and Harpie Harpist, Mai has replaced Harpie's hunting ground with the Seal of Orichalcos, pumping up her monsters' attack points and simultaneously protecting them once more than two of them are face-up in attack position. Precision strikes with augmented Harpie monsters, direct damage strats that focus on destroying the opponent's monsters with Harpie Lady Phoenix formation and choosing stronger monsters to round out her Harpie cast, like Cyber Harpie Lady and Harpie's Pet Dragon. It appears Mai could have only cooked this recipe up while under the influence of some raggedy mind control. Harpie of Orichalcos is lethal and mildly disgraceful, considering the 3 banned cards and the pair of terraforming spell cards in the build, knowing that the card is restricted to 1 per deck. Sign of the Harpie is a multi-layered offensive nightmare that seals the weaknesses of any other Harpie build created by Mai Valentine and broadens the focus of the Harpie swarm and beatdown strats beyond the use of Harpie monsters alone. With the inclusion of XYZ monsters, the saturation of trap cards that special summon her own monsters from the graveyard or send her opponent's monsters there, and the addition of Harpie Lady 1, which pumps up the attack power of any Harpie monster found in the build. The Sign of the Harpie is an absolute beast of a Harpie-based recipe. The only two vulnerabilities would be the shortened monster count at only 19, which can be forgiven considering how easily monsters can be shifted through the deck, the hand, and the graveyard, as well as the exclusion of Harpie Harpist, who would accent the build well with her higher attack points and effects. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in more random run-throughs, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to the channel.